Hello everyone, I'm Pratima and this is the Xiaomi Band 8. If you were wondering what was all that just a few moments ago, that's the new interactive boxing mode on the Xiaomi Band 8, and that's just one of the many upgrades it brings over last year's Xiaomi Band 7. I've actually had a lot of fun using this fitness band for the last month, but coming in 2023, I think it's fairly safe to say that budget fitness bands have somewhat lost their charm year after year. But this guy is here to flip the script altogether. Besides the boxing mode you just saw, there's also a running bean mode, which should really be useful to athletes or just about everyone who's developing a running habit and wants to improve their form. And by placing the band on your shoes instead of your wrist, the Band 8 can deliver much deeper running matrices, including foot strike pattern and impact force, apart from all the usual stuff like stride, cadence, and pace. While this sounds pretty good if you're a pro athlete, but for an amateur runner like me, I wish Xiaomi's Mi Fitness app would give some insight into my actual performance itself. Like, what the heck is flight ratio, what's impact force, and how can I improve my running exercise if I need to, or maintain my current form if it's good enough. So it just feels like a data dump right now instead of anything that gives me information or can benefit me from. Anyway, the Xiaomi Band 8 has a total of 150 sports modes. That's 20 more than its predecessor, and I like how I can access all of them via the band itself and how they are grouped based on their exercise category. But of course, only a handful of them give you some specific measurements, like in the case of running, swimming, or jump rope, while most of the other options are limited to basic matrices like heart rate and calories burnt only. The Band 8 can automatically detect a few of your workouts as well, but it's not as polished as I expected since it mistook my evening walks for cycling multiple times. Also, I wish Xiaomi had included an auto pause feature too, because if sometimes I forgot to pause the exercise after I was done, it would just keep recording. For instance, one time it showed that I was walking for 3 hours while I was actually not. Moving on, the Xiaomi Band 8 can keep track of all the health monitoring features you'll need, like heart rate, blood oxygen saturation, sleep, and stress. And Xiaomi has also added breathing assessment during sleep, which is a measure of your SpO2 levels throughout the night. Xiaomi also replaces the personal activity intelligence Pi with something called Vitality Score with the Xiaomi Band 8. It's pretty similar to Pi though, and encourages you to go for a walk, run, or engage in any other heart rate intensive exercises and rewards you with daily points. I also compared the Xiaomi Band 8 against Samsung's flagship Galaxy Watch 5 Pro to test the accuracy of these data and found the Band 8 to be slightly overshooting the numbers in different aspects, including sleep tracking or distance covered during a walk. I can't say I'm totally surprised by this because almost every Xiaomi wearable I've tested in the past couple of years has had this issue, especially with sleep monitoring. To view all your health data, you will need to install the Mi Fitness app, which is available for both Android and iOS devices. Or you can refer to the band itself in most cases, as Xiaomi has polished Band 8's UI UX quite nicely. Apart from all this, the Xiaomi Band 8 gets a big thumbs up from me in terms of design. From a quick release strap mechanism that's more practical and intuitive to metal frames, this thing feels much better on my wrist. I wish Xiaomi would have gone with a softer silicone strap instead of this TPU one by default, but this is not the worst thing in the world either, and I did not develop any skin irritation or issues like allergies or something, so that's good too. In select markets, Xiaomi even sells a bunch of different strap material options, including leather and chain strap, and perhaps the weirdest of them all is the fact that the Band 8 can be worn as a pendant for some reason. I don't know why anyone would want to go that way, since you're sacrificing a whole lot in terms of health and fitness tracking in return for nothing practical. And it does not even look that good as a fashion accessory. Anyway, the Xiaomi Band 8 has a 1.62-inch AMOLED display, which may look the same as last year's Band 7, but trust me, there are quite a few things to look forward to here. For starters, this one has a 60Hz refresh rate now instead of 30Hz, so interacting with the band feels a lot more fluid and responsive now. The Band 8 is also the first in its lineup to get an ambient light sensor for automatic brightness adjustment, and it works flawlessly. And the watch face options for the Band 8 are pretty great too, where some of them even have a built-in game of sorts that you can play to kill time. I like how Xiaomi has upgraded the notification system for its fitness band as well. The incoming notifications are now grouped in a per app basis, and surprisingly enough, the Band 8 can also open the notification on your phone with a simple tap. It does not work all the time, but it's still a pretty cool feature that I'd like to see Xiaomi improve with future updates. Probably the only thing that I would change about this display is its shape. I know this pill-shaped layout has been a staple of Xiaomi's budget fitness bands, but it began showing its age like a couple of iterations ago, and I wish Xiaomi would switch to a regular display like Huawei's latest activity trackers. Likewise, I would have liked if it had a physical button, since navigating around the band would have been a whole lot better. Okay, finally, let's talk about the battery life. So with a 190 mAh battery inside, Xiaomi says that the Band 8 can last up to 16 days under regular usage, but realistically, with all the major health tracking features turned on, I was netting around 5 to 7 days of backup on average. On the other hand, Xiaomi has effectively doubled the charging speed this time, as this thing can hit 100% in just 1 hour. However, I'm not a big fan of this generic looking 2-pin cable. The design of the previous Xiaomi bands was much better in my opinion, and it latched onto the band much more securely. All in all, I'm quite impressed with what Xiaomi has done with the Band 8. It's a refreshing new addition to this beloved lineup of budget fitness trackers, and not just an incremental update to the last few generations. The metal frame, the quick release strap design, ambient light sensor, and a smoother 60Hz refresh rate are all the steps in the right direction. And Xiaomi has also spiced up the health and fitness tracking side of things with new interactive boxing mode, running bean mode, and running tutorials. All this is simply unmatched for the price, making the Xiaomi Band 8 one of the best budget fitness trackers you can buy right now. But that's not to say that it gets everything right though. Here, the health and fitness tracking side of things itself is where things could be better. So if you care more about those stuff instead, then you should check out the new Huawei Band 8, whose review should be live on our channel pretty soon. So everyone, that was all for my review of the new Xiaomi Band 8. I hope you enjoyed it, and just to let you know, this unit was purchased by us, Gadget Byte itself, and the company holds no editorial input in this review whatsoever. So saying this, I'm Pratima, and thank you so much for watching.